Hey, I'm back with Attie Adair, and we are here. You're with the Blake Hancock agency with Allstate.
Yes.
Am I still getting that right?
Yes.
Sometimes it takes me a couple tries, but I think I've got it. Cute girl, but we had already interviewed you once, but you guys, she had so much information that just was incredible. We wanted to come back and take another couple minutes. All right, Attie, tell me a little bit about collision versus, there's a different, collision and liability?
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive.
Yes,
So tell me.
You have your liability coverage, which is your bodily injury, property damage, personal injury. Your uninsured and underinsured are also liability for yourself. Those are medical coverages for you. And then you have your collision and comprehensive. So collision is if you hit something, if you hit a tree, if you hit another car, if you hit a suitcase flying through the air. That's what your collision is. So those deductibles are generally higher, so that you take on more responsibility, so your overall premium is lower because you're the one who caused the problem in the collision.
Okay.
Comprehensive, I always quote people with a $0 comprehensive deductible. Maybe it's because I'm selfish, but if something happens where I hit a deer, I break a windshield, someone steals my car, or my car gets lit on fire, something happened to me. I don't want to pay out of pocket for something that I didn't cause. So if you break a windshield, you can call your insurance agency and file a claim with them. I don't know about other agencies, but I know that Allstate, it does not reflect anywhere on your premium if you get your windshield replaced with us. And it does not count as a claim either. You can have an unlimited amount of claims and we will not drop you.
And that's including rock chips. I mean, it's not even just a replacement, but actual just minimal
chips,
repairs and
anything like that. You call us, we will file the claim for you, but it doesn't count against you or count as a claim, and then set you up with somebody to get your windshield fixed or repaired.
Very good. So that actually is a big deal, because I know the last couple of times I've just been calling and like, just come fix it.
Yeah.
Very good. That's something you guys I should be calling.
Yeah, you can give us a call and we'll get it taken care of for you.
Very good. The other thing I'm hearing a lot about is this Drivewise program that you guys have going on. Tell me a little bit more about that, because I understand that can be quite a bit of savings as well if you're using it.
Yeah, so you get an initial discount when you sign up for it, and I believe it's 15%. And then every 6 months after that, depending on your driving, you can earn up to 15% cash back.
Wow.
So it never counts against you, ever. You could drive like the worst driver in the world and it would not count against you. It only counts for you. So the only requirements are that you don't drive over 80 miles per hour, you don't brake hard, and you're not on your phone. So basically, if you're a good driver, you get points back for you. And then there's also a small discount that goes on every month with that, but you do have the ability to earn up to 15% cash back every 6 months. You can also delete a trip. So I know if you go further up north, the speed limit changes to 75, and for people who drive 10 miles over the speed limit, if you drove 85, you can go back and delete the trip, because then it doesn't affect you anyway. Not that it would, but the more constant you drive well, the more points you receive.
So I'm hearing you say there's a base pay that you're always going to pay, no matter what, and that won't go up depending on your driving, the way you guys are tracking it. But I can get that to come down a little bit if I'm driving well.
Yeah, so
because of that discount.
Yeah, so the discount, how it works is you, like I said, you get that initial 15% off.
Yes.
And then you have the ability to earn 15% cash back for yourself. So you just download the Allstate app, sign up for your Drivewise, and then you earn points to end up getting that cash back, whether it be like a gift card, or you could buy, if you save up enough points, you could buy like an iPad, things like that that are on the rewards app.
Okay, so it's not necessarily that my premium comes down, it's that I get something back out of it.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for that distinction. That's pretty cool. I think that a lot of agencies, I can see that it could be going in that direction at some point. Yeah. That's going to be and everyone doing. So, very good. You were telling me a little bit about the difference between tell me the two.
A preferred and a non-preferred company?
Preferred and non-preferred company. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so preferred insurance companies, like Allstate, National General, American Family, places like that, we have certain qualifications that a person has to have. Allstate will not write anybody anymore that doesn't have previous insurance. We write through a separate company called Esurance, who is not a preferred company. Geico, not a preferred company. They will accept pretty much anybody who walks in their doors. which can be good, and if that's what you need, then that's what you need. But the reason that preferred companies' premiums are higher is because we're a preferred company. We are the small offices that you speak directly to me. You don't call a customer service representative who you talk to 10 different representatives. You talk to the same 4 people, like I said before. That's your main difference. Is a preferred company, you call Allstate and you talk to Allstate. Call USAA and you talk to a customer service member who works for Teleperformance. We used to have somebody in our office who did work for Teleperformance and sold for USAA, and she was like, I had absolutely no education to what I was doing for people. I was licensed, they put me through 2 weeks of training, but I didn't know what I was doing. People were like, I want to lower my premium, so I brought them down to state minimums, not knowing what that would do to them. She was like, it wasn't until I came to Allstate and got my education that I realized you shouldn't write people with state minimums. I refuse to write people with state minimums. I would rather send them to a non-preferred company where it can be on them, not on me. Because I feel personally responsible if something would happen and I didn't push harder to get them what they needed compared to what the state requires.
Well, you make a great point to me there, is there's so many different options out there, and there may be some people that need to use a different option than you, and that's okay, because everyone has to choose what's best for themselves. So having an interview with somebody and making sure you fit well with your insurance so that you can be educated and know, hey, this may cost me a little bit more today, but in the long run, I'm going to save so much grief and heartache, and probably some money too in the long run. Again, like you've said in the last video, we don't ever walk out the door and hope we get in a car accident or hope that the house burns down, but what a comfort that is to be able to not have to worry about parts of that and feel like we can be confident on the road, or that we can leave our home and not worry that if something catastrophic does happen, we're covered.
Well, and it's not your job to worry about that. It's my job to worry about that. It's my job description. I worry about when you go out on the road and you hit a Lamborghini. Like, that's my job to worry about that. Or you hit 3 cars. Like, it's my job to make sure you have the coverage you need. And if you're not having that conversation and you just call somebody and they're like, well, this is your premium, maybe even just ask, well, what are my coverages?
Yeah.
Because if they can't tell you what your coverages are and they just give you a premium, there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be talking to a licensed insurance agent. You have to take a test, and it's not an easy test to take. So if they can pass the test, they should be able to tell you exactly what you're paying for, because I like to know what I'm paying for. I pay a lot of money every month on my insurance, but I have an umbrella policy. I have high coverages. I rent a house right now, and I still have an umbrella policy. You don't have to own to have an umbrella policy.
Okay.
Because let's say I'm negligent at my renter property where I cause something to happen. That doesn't fall back on my landlord. That's on me. It's the same thing if you're in an apartment complex. If you do something negligent and you light the whole place on fire, that's on you. That's not on the apartment complex because you were negligent there.
Right.
So it's our job as an insurance agent to educate people so that they know that. Because if you don't know that, I mean, there's people with renters policies where they have $100,000 worth of liability protection. Okay, that's generally fine until something happens.
Right.
And then it's not so fine.
Right. And I always recommend my clients that they ask the questions, because I truly believe any question that's not asked, the answer's already no. We might as well ask the question, and maybe it's no, but it could be yes too. And it sounds like you guys are doing the same thing, in that if you need some education, tell me what it is I need to know so that I know what I need to be covered. Because for me, I don't know all these ideas and all these different options, right? And finding someone who has the training and is able to help educate you and help you find the right policy for each individual person. Because real estate is probably a lot like homes. There's no one policy that's the same, one person that's the same.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to kind of be able to personalize that a little bit and find which one is best for them.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time. Again, it's Addie with Allstate Blake Hancock Agency. So we're excited. Check the description below. Make sure you reach out to her or to me. We'll be glad to help you in any way that we can.